Right, arithmetic sequences. In this unit, there's going to be two overall types of sequences, arithmetic and geometric. This is your first one. So you need to be able to define, identify, and apply an arithmetic sequence. Arithmetic sequences have a common difference between the numbers. So to get from one number to the next term to the next one, it's always using the same difference between each one. Again, difference is subtraction. So what this really means is if you take a number, just subtract the one before it, that's going to be your common difference. An arithmetic mean, you guys should be familiar with those. Similar to averages, you add up all your numbers and divide by the total numbers. The formulas are included for both of those on your formula sheet. So again, in addition to your notes, you have your formula sheets. So you have the formula for the arithmetic mean, and then our arithmetic sequence. It gives you the definition for you. So it's starting value and the common difference. A1 is your initial number. A to the n plus 1 is your number plus that common difference. So they give you the recursive formula and the explicit formula. So all these pieces are here for you. You just have to know what each of the terms are, what those symbols mean. Okay. So this again is just going over the vocabulary for you. A to the 1 is going to be your first term, and they'll give you the recursive formula. Remember, recursive formula, you need to have the term that came before it in order to get the term you're looking for. And then this is your general formula for the explicit formula, so if you want to know any term. Okay. So step one is just to be able to identify, am I looking at an arithmetic sequence or not? So you want to see if there's a common difference. So for this one, if I want to know if there's a common difference, you take the term and subtract the one before it, okay? And you need to do that for all of them that are listed so that you can confirm it's a set pattern, right? If the first 100 terms follow the pattern, but one of them breaks it, then it doesn't work anymore. So this one is an arithmetic sequence, and the common difference is 3. That's the difference between how I get from here to here between each term. Okay, let's try B. So we have 25 minus 16. The difference between those two is 9. 16 minus 9, the difference is 7. Okay, so notice it's broken the pattern. So this is not an arithmetic sequence. Okay, there's a couple for you to pause and try on your own. So wants to know what is the 100th term of an arithmetic sequence that begins 6 and 11. So they've told you that it's arithmetic, so you know it's going to follow a common difference. So I don't need a long list of numbers to figure out what the difference is. You just need 2. You do 11 minus 6. So that tells me my common difference is 5. And then I have the first term, which is 6. And my difference, we use a D for that, is 5. And then if I take a look at the formula, okay, they wanted which one? Explicit formula. So you're using this formula here, a to the n equals a plus n minus 1 times d. Okay, a to the n, the term you're looking for is the 100th one. Your first term is 6. The term you're looking for is the 100th one, and your common difference is 5. So they're doing, okay, remember following order of operations, you do what is in parentheses first. Then we handle the multiplication. And then we add the 6. To get the 100th term. What are the second and the third terms of the arithmetic sequence? So here they've given us a sequence, but these two terms are missing. So our first term is 100. Okay. The fourth term is 82. Okay, and there are 1, 2, 3 differences between them. So each from here to here is going to be the difference. Here to here is the same difference. Here to here is the same difference for a total of 3D. So they've written a formula. Your fourth term is the 100th term plus the sum of all those differences. So we're solving for D. So we minus 100 to the other side. And then I want to solve for D. It's being multiplied by 3, so we divide by 3 to get D by itself. And now we know D is negative 6. Once you know what D is, now you can fill in the numbers. So our first term was 100. To get to the next one, you're going to minus 6. To get to the next one, you're going to minus 6. And then just to confirm we've done it right, we minus 6 one more time, and we get 82. So your sequence is 100, 94, 88, and 82. It's one for you to try, same steps. And then we get into our arithmetic means. So your arithmetic mean, you're adding your numbers together and dividing by how many you have. For this one, you're only ever going to have 2 positions. So if I wanted to find your test average, you would add all the tests you've taken, so like 7 exams, and divide by 7. For this one, we're just using 2 terms. So what's the missing term? So our arithmetic mean is going to give us what this missing term is. You add 15 and 59 and divide by 2. Okay? And I'll tell you the missing term is 37. A couple for you to try. Example 4 is a word problem. The number of seats. You're going to see a couple of these on your quizzes and tests. The number of seats in the first 13 rows in a section of an arena form an arithmetic sequence. So once you see arithmetic sequence, you know that you can use the formula sheet. We know what our formula is going to look like. This is the explicit formula. Okay. Rows 1 and 2 are shown in the diagram. How many seats are in row 13? So row 1, C says there's 14 seats. So A1 is 14 and A2 is 16. Okay, the reason they had to give you the first 2 rows, if you're looking at your formula, we know what A1 is. It's going to be 14. And we're going to substitute. That's going to be the row that you're looking for. So what's missing is D. We don't know what the common difference is, but we can find it by subtracting 16 from 14. We get 2. So our formula is A to the n is 14 plus n minus 1 times 2. They want to know row 13. So 13 minus 1 is going to be 12 times 2 plus 14. So the 13th row is going to have 38 seats. Another one for you to try. Some lesson checks, understanding the most essential stuff, and then practice problems. If you need more practice, you can check again in the back of your book.